So sadly, there's a lot of incorrect information out there about how naltrexone works to treat alcohol addiction, like this comment here where the individual says that naltrexone does not minimize alcohol intake and you also cannot feel drunk on naltrexone. Those two statements are false, and I just wanted to show a couple resources that explain that. This Psychiatry Online article talks about a study that was done a couple years ago, which showed that naltrexone reduced days and weeks with binge drinking, number of drinks consumed, and cravings for alcohol. And from the same Psychiatry Today article, it talks about how naltrexone is an ideal medication for those who want to moderate their drinking. That was my goal, and naltrexone helped me reduce my drinking from daily binges to becoming truly a moderate drinker. Another reference to an article saying it is safe to drink while on naltrexone, and many people do, at least at first, as they work to slowly reduce the amount they're drinking. And talking about whether or not you can still feel drunk on naltrexone, it states that yes, you can. It does not dull the effects of alcohol, and you can still feel the impacts of alcohol. That was true for me. I got drunk and intoxicated many times on naltrexone. Just another reference on the fact that you can still feel drunk on naltrexone and still experience the same intoxicating effects like cognitive impairment, motor coordination, decreased response, and all of those things. Again, from the Mayo Clinic, naltrexone will not prevent you from becoming impaired when you drink alcohol. I hope this helps to clear up a few things. I'm not a doctor, but I did use naltrexone myself for a year, and I've worked in the field since 2018. I work with a lot of addiction specialists who are much smarter than me and teach me about naltrexone. I think the main takeaway is that it's a very versatile medication for alcohol use disorder, whether people want to use it to go sober or to drink less alcohol. The medication can be used in a lot of different ways. Again, you can definitely still feel drunk on the medication, and it can drastically help people reduce their drinking over time. And the reason that naltrexone can make moderate drinking or drink reduction possible is because when you drink on the medication following the Sinclair method, it blocks the euphoric or rewarding effects from the alcohol or mutes them a bit. And so when anything is not as rewarding, typically what happens is we want to do it less. So a lot of people end up drinking less alcohol. This is a snapshot from one of the trials of David Sinclair's studies where he talked about targeted naltrexone therapy for alcohol reduction. Number one, it says naltrexone should be taken or administered to patients who are currently drinking. The instructions should be to take naltrexone only when drinking was anticipated, and the treatment should be continued indefinitely. They found that naltrexone used in this manner is safe and effective. And by the way, if you're curious to dive into all of the scientific research and information into targeted naltrexone therapy for alcohol reduction, it's called the Sinclair Method. This book talks about it. I didn't write the book, Dr. Roy Escapa did, but it's a great resource to learn more about this treatment.